What do you think of James Charles? Would you say your lashes are the best?
Hello and welcome to Uncut, live from our studio in Dubai. The audio and visual podcast show that gives you exclusive scoop on our guests and hot topics including some of your favorite celebrities. And now, let the fun begin. Here's your host, S1.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. Welcome back to another episode. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, because I definitely am. Today we have one of the most experienced makeup artists and beauty expert in the Middle East, and a dear friend of mine. She's worked with brands such as Dior, Makeup Forever, MAC, Tom Ford, and so many more. Please welcome the beautiful NINAUBHI. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
All good?
Yes.
How's your day been?
Very good so far.
You finally came on the show.
I know.
You've been my friend for a while.
It's been a while.
You've just been too busy for me. That's the truth, guys. That's the truth. She's too busy for me. Doing makeup on celebrities, on brides, on everyone except me. We need to try this out. I've seen videos of you doing it on guys, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it. I'm just joking. How are you? How's everything been?
Good. Busy, which is good. But yeah, it's been good.
I can imagine. You've been doing this for a while, right?
Yeah.
I think about 17 years now.
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How's it growing up with this much experience in an industry? Like, do you feel like you're going somewhere in life? After 20
I would
years,
hope so.
Yes, right. I personally, sometimes I look back, I'm like, I've been doing this for 15 years. I don't feel like anything has changed.
I know what you mean though. You have those moments when you reflect and you're like, I really should be somewhere else
Exactly,
now.
right?
Yeah.
No, but your growth has been amazing. I mean,
Thank
since
you.
I know you, you've been flying. So
Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I feel like I just feel like a different person, to be honest. When I compare myself to how, like 20 years ago, I had no idea then that this is what I would be doing, or this is how far it would be.
Where did this love for makeup and beauty come from? Like, is this something that just...
Well, when I was at school, I'm the eldest, so when you're the eldest in the family, the restrictions are quite strong. Right? So it's all about no makeup, no
nothing,
no nothing basically. But I convinced my mum eventually to let me wear eyeliner, which was the one thing. And I remember when I was at school, everyone used to be like, "Oh my God, your eyeliner! It looks so good. It's so perfect. It's so symmetrical." And then I was just generally good at it, but I think the turning point for me when I realized this is what I wanted to do was when my best friend and I back then at school, we were about 15, and we entered a competition in a magazine to win a weekend away in Europe, which we knew we'd never be allowed to actually go on. We sent our pictures and explained why we're such good best friends and why we should win. We got a call and thankfully didn't win, but they liked our pictures and said, would you come in and do some modeling for us for some photo shoots? So we did that. And that's when I did a bit of modeling for a little while, probably about 6 months or so. And I realized I wanted to be behind the scenes. I was way more interested in the photography side, in the makeup side. I used to go behind the scenes and change my makeup because I hated what the makeup artists would put on me. And then it got to the point where other models would say to me, "Can you just quickly do mine?" Yeah. So it kind of went from there.
So you started with modeling, and then you don't hear that often. I don't think you hear that often. Someone starting off modeling and then, going behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Although it does happen, but more in film and stuff, not as much. But that's amazing. What is it that you really love about doing makeup?
I think for me, it's the way it makes people feel. For me, it's very it's weird because I'm actually quite an impatient person, but when it comes to makeup and when I start doing makeup, I'm so patient. Like, I don't understand how I have such a difference there.
Okay.
But it's like I just go into my creative zone and I just kind of switch off from everything else. And for me, it's about how it makes people feel. Like when I'm working on clients or brides, I love the fact that they feel amazing. And I've had brides who kind of say to me after I've had brides cry when they've seen themselves.
Wow.
Because they're like, I never thought I would look this beautiful, you know? And for me, it just makes me feel so good that I've made someone feel so good.
And do you feel like a lot of these people, because with makeup, it's something so personal, right?
Yeah.
Because you're improving someone, you're enhancing someone's
features.
Yeah. I don't think it can make someone look better. I truly believe that it does make someone look good, but I think you need to have the initial features, you know, the looks to. I think everyone is beautiful to begin with.
Yeah.
But then when you add these tools, it helps you enhance your looks.
I agree.
Because of course there's a lot of makeovers where there's extreme cases, but then your makeup is very subtle, right? Like it's very natural looking. Yeah. So in your case, I feel like you're really just enhancing one's looks.
I honestly don't like the I don't like masking anyone, you know. I don't want to make them look like they look like someone completely different. You should still know that it's that person. You should still feel that person shouldn't feel like, okay, you know, I feel like I'm never, this is just not me.
Yeah.
You know, you want to enhance your features. And like you said, I completely agree. Everyone has their own type of beauty. Right. It's so subjective. You know, who am I to say someone's pretty or someone's, you know, it's just a case of, and it's not always that. It's not always physical. It's your personality as well. So when I meet my clients, it's not just about how they look. It's I have to look at their style, their personality, and all of that should kind of tie in with the finished look that I create.
Do you have that time always, like, to understand your client beforehand?
I used to have a lot more time where I used to do a lot of, like, most of my bookings were always, they'd have a trial first and then decide if they want to kind of go ahead. Very rarely do I do trials now. I think mainly because they want to lock down the date just in case it gets booked up. Okay. But I always try and meet them beforehand just to get a feel for them. But I've got so used to what I do that, you know, for me, I know what I need to know from them beforehand.
Right.
And I'm not one to plan looks or put a mood board together for their look. For me, I need to be in front of them and get started, and it goes from there.
Right. So you're just like a freestyler, basically.
Yeah.
Did you take classes? How did you learn this? Like,
I'm completely self-taught, so I've not been trained by anyone. Okay. When I was younger, I did look into it, but back then, there weren't really that many makeup schools, and it wasn't as popular as what it is now. You know, now everyone is a makeup artist.
Yeah, I mean, you have friends that barely know how to put their own makeup and they call themselves, no offense to anybody, but I know a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel
I'm like, you gotta work on your own makeup a little bit. Don't go anywhere,
I love
please.
how straight you are.
No clients for you.
But yeah, I feel like it's something where I didn't find a school which I felt I kind of gelled with their style of makeup, and I'm glad I actually didn't, because I feel like experience is the biggest thing. I feel like that is what really helps you to learn. Anyone can go and do a course in something, but it's about what you do with that, and it's all about the different faces that you work on.
Exactly, and I agree with the experience 100%. Unless you're in medical, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, then I think you need both. How do you feel social media helped? Because you've seen it all. I think you've been through it.
I've transitioned from when there was nothing. Yeah.
How do you feel? Did it impact your business? Do you feel like it helped you as a brand? How did it?
It helped my business hugely. When I first started, there was no Instagram. So I remember my portfolio. So now everything's online. Right. But when I first started, my portfolio was a leather binder. It was the old school book. So like when I'd go to agencies, because I used to do a lot of shoots and work with magazines back then. And I used to take my book. So it was all about your book. Your book was king. It was that was your life because it had all of your experience in that book.
You used to walk with that backpack with a giant photo.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm just imagining days before social media. You know?
It was
I swear,
it felt like it.
1 second. You know, so that's amazing though.
But then when I transitioned, I think when I moved to Dubai, that's when I really kind of got onto social media, and I had no idea what an influencer was or what, you know, anything like that.
Right.
And I kind of fell into it because all I was doing was just putting what I love doing on my Instagram page, you know, and just showcasing all the looks. And from there, it just kind of grew so rapidly.
And you like photography, right? So
I love it, yeah.
That helped?
I feel like sometimes I can be a photographer's worst nightmare because I'm so hands-on with shoots. Like I need to know, like I understand lighting and shading. So, you know, for me, it's like I want to be part of that because I have a vision. And if we don't talk and we don't connect and work together, it's not going to come to life, you know? So for me, I'm self-taught in photography, very basic compared to obviously pros. I'm not a pro.
Of course, but
it gets me by.
You can do, you know, your own posts.
Yeah.
Do you edit too?
Yeah, I edit, Final Cut, Photoshop, everything.
Oh, wow. Oh, Nina. Okay. Okay. See, you're not just a makeup artist. No. You're the full package.
Yeah.
How was your family? Like, were they supportive about, you know, you doing makeup, or was it like, nah, what happened to being a doctor?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
A lawyer, you know?
Well, thankfully for them, we've got one lawyer in the family now, which is my sister.
That's the conclusion.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy about that. But for me, honestly, they've always been very supportive. When I did say to them, this is what I wanted to do. I mean, I'll be honest, I could see the kind of looks of like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. But they've never stopped me, you know?
Because it's hard to prove, like, you can't really prove that you're going to be successful at something, you know?
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes years to prove that. And that's why a lot of people, you know, a lot of people also fail.
Yeah. But for me, like my grandmother was someone who really helped me out. Like she said, right, okay, I'm gonna invest in your business to begin with. She bought me my first kit. You know, she said, what do you need? Tell me, and I'm gonna get it. And she said, whatever you do, just don't give up. And she's not around now. But for me, I don't give up. Like if I start something, I will not give up. No matter what, I will not give up. So for me, I made sure that this is going to work. And if I'm going to start something, I'm not going to give up on it, no matter what.
You started in London, right?
Yes.
And did you start your company there, or was it here?
Yes, I started in the UK, and I was doing a lot of bridal work at that point, and I used to be a beauty editor for a well-known publication there. So I got into like the beauty journalism side as well. So I started doing a lot. So that's where my kind of experience in skincare and treatments and things like that came from, because I had to review them, I had to write about them, research them, which is so important as a makeup artist. It's not just about putting makeup on. It's about understanding someone's facial structure, the skin, everything. And
do you advise also on how to do you advise your clients on how to take care of their skin in general?
Yes. Yeah. So like if I have a client who's a bride, I will always send them a skin plan.
Before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Is that something normal? I don't know. Is that like...
I don't know whether it is normal for everyone. I think it's something you should do, because if you've booked on a client, and especially if it's a bride, it's a journey. It's not just about turning up on the day. You know, your makeup artist is one of the most important parts of the day, because it's what you look like. And, you know, it's what everyone's going to see in that video. You're going to look back, you know, for years, you're going to be looking back at that video and the pictures. So you want to look... Your skin needs to be good. Right. It needs to be good so that the makeup looks good.
Looks good.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, how important is the skin, like, for you to apply makeup?
So important. Because I know that I've seen a lot, like, you do get a lot of those drastic transformations, you know, where you see the before and it just looks like, sometimes it looks like they've put makeup on to make the person look that way, and then kind of taken it off, you know. But it really is about, it's not just about your skincare, but it's about your health as well, and just internally looking after your skin, you know, drinking enough water, eating clean, and just looking after your skin, because if that looks good, then the less makeup you're going to need, basically.
True.
And the better your skin's going to look.
Yeah, I've seen so many of these drastic ones, and I'm just like, that's all sweet and nice, but once you remove the makeup, you know, it's such an extreme that I think you're gonna go back and be like, you know, I can't afford this every day. It's like a movie transformation. You know? So I definitely personally love your style of makeup.
Thank you.
It's very like natural looking, you know, and very subtle. Where, you know,
makeup shouldn't be scary.
Nowadays it's becoming, though. Like, I see people with rainbow, like I saw another, I don't know, like, you know, all the stuff, all the colors, and I like colors, don't get me wrong, but maybe not that much on your face, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to look like a parrot, you know? If there's a parrot on your face, like. But what made you decide to come from London to Dubai? Like, what was the transition? Was it business or was it personal?
It was a bit of both, because I used to travel here on holiday beforehand, and I loved it. I just fell in love with the country. I just felt like, to me, this felt like home. Okay. You know, for me, when I say home, for me, this is home. You know, I don't think the UK, it doesn't feel like home to me, even though I grew up there. When I used to come here, I just felt like I belonged here. Like, I felt more comfortable in every way. Okay. Like the morals.
I'm so happy to hear that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the same for me, you know. So I love hearing these stories, because Dubai did become this place for so many of us call Dubai our home now, and have that connection. But why is it that you didn't feel like London was your home?
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm still kind of figuring that out as I'm going along, like moving forward in life. And I guess at some point I'll maybe be able to put my finger on what it is. Right. But I think it's a combination of everything here, like the people, you know. I believe in the same kind of principles and morals, and
culturally,
culturally,
you know.
I feel so much more accepted as well.
Right.
And I feel like in business wise as well, I feel like when you see these billboards at the airport and it says the sky is not the limit,
right,
I literally feel like that is Dubai.
Yes.
Like that is so true. It's not even just a billboard.
Yes.
Like, I really feel that
we
is
live
the case
by that
here.
motto,
right? And
yeah.
I truly believe in it. And I feel like this country has given me so much more ambition and has made me feel like anything is possible.
Right.
So it really is home for me.
I'm so happy to hear that, to be honest. We do have a little problem, though, that I need to address, because, you know, obviously we're big on YouTube, and the YouTube nation, the YouTube world is upset with you because you have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
But you haven't been posting, and it's been over a year.
I know. You know why?
What's going on?
Okay, let me tell you why.
Her manager is here too, so I'm just giving him a look on the side.
Who just so happens to be my husband, so I can't even run away from him. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. We're going into details of that. But I need to understand, why did you forget about us on YouTube?
I haven't forgotten about you, but the reason is because I and this is something my business partner, manager, and husband so he kind of says to me a lot as well, which I have that problem. I'm very controlling of, like, I want to do everything myself, you know, and I don't give my videos to anyone else to edit. I don't outsource anything. So everything I film and do, I do myself.
Right.
And there's only so much I can do, you know? And I've tried it. I've tried giving the videos out to people and, look, I've filmed it, you go away and edit it. And it's never edited it to the way that I would want it, you know?
Can't you create a format, you know, like a A, B, C, D, and then hand it over and say, because that's exactly why you have to hand it over. Because you can't do everything.
I know. It is something. It is something that I have been looking into in terms of like how can I work around this, because I haven't left YouTube. Still want to pick that up and really give it a push. But I know that I need to get it right first. I don't want to do the odd few drips of videos here and there, and then I'm not fully, because as you know as well, consistency is key. Of course. So for me, it's just a case of organizing it in a way where I can ensure that I can commit to that fully. Maybe you never know. Maybe even my business partner can learn how to edit videos.
She's putting him on the spot.
He's nodding at hers. He's like, no, it's not happening.
I have enough things to do. I mean, I don't think you make his life easy. I have to be honest. I don't think you make his life that easy. I see him sometimes from far away, sweating. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm just joking. But yeah, you don't make his life easy. I know that for a fact. Your Instagram has been growing though.
Yeah.
You are active on Instagram with nearly 280K followers.
I feel like it's just so much easier though, because it's on the phone. You're on the go. You can post wherever you are. It doesn't matter, And
right.
I think what I found hard with keeping YouTube into the whole the diary of everything that I do is the fact that it's a different kind of, it's not the same. I can't just record a video for IGTV and use the same video for YouTube. You know?
It's not like Instagram and Snapchat. I totally understand. It is added work. Like in that sense, but I think it adds a lot of value.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, YouTube is huge, especially for makeup and the beauty industry.
Yeah.
What do you think of James Charles? I don't know. I had to ask that question.
I actually really I know there's so much drama in the industry, in the beauty industry, and honestly, I just look at people for the work that they do. I don't care about what drama that they have. It doesn't interest me. I'm not. It doesn't make me think any different to their work. It's about their skill for me. So if they're good at what they do, then great. Like I'll follow them. I'll like their work, and I give respect to that. So I think his work is great. And that's about it, really. I follow I follow him and I watch his videos and everything, but I'm more interested in the makeup side of it, watching what he does, which I feel like sometimes people, especially when they get quite big, they kind of move away from that, and it's no longer about the makeup.
It becomes more of like being a celebrity.
Yeah, it's more of a reality show than anything else,
That's what people, that's how they lose their ways. I think Hollywood does that too, like in general. I think that lifestyle over there is, I've been there for 3 years and I saw that. That's crazy. You also teach, right? You do makeup like master classes.
Yes.
Is this something you do only in Dubai or is it internationally?
We do it in Dubai. I used to do it in the UK when I was living there. I did it for many years out there and taught numerous students. And then when we came out to Dubai, we started it back up recently. So now we're holding masterclasses at College of Fashion and Design, which is in Business Bay. And the courses that I teach are KHDA approved. So the people get certificates. So everything is, it's not just a side hustle going on, they have a professional college to come to. I teach them. Important. Yeah, and then they go away with a certificate as well. Yeah. So we do teach classes there. So we have a 1-day master class, and then we have a 3-day master course as well. So it all depends, and it's for everyone. It's for if you just want to learn for yourself, for self-application. Or even if you are a makeup artist and you're already an existing artist and you want to expand your skills.
Or understand a different perspective. Right? Yeah. You also have launched your makeup line, your own makeup line. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Called NINAUBHI.
Yes.
And you have false eyelashes, right?
Yes.
Is that what the product is?
Yes.
How has it been doing? Because I heard it's doing amazing, and I've been seeing it in a lot of retail stores online.
That's great to hear. Yeah, it's going well. It's been something which we've been working on for a long time. For me, as a makeup artist, I saw a gap in the market. Because of working on clients day in, day out. Back then I used to use my now competitor lashes, and there was always something that had to change. The customers were always saying, the clients were always saying to me, right, the strip is too thick, or it feels too heavy, or it starts irritating my eyes, or I feel like they look too shiny, or you have to trim them. There was always something.
Something, yeah.
So, and then on top of that, my clients used to always ask me, how do I create a smoky eye? And then I tell them, and then they're like, I don't have the time for that. So I was like, right, how can I create something which isn't currently available? So I spent at least, I think, about 1.5 to 2 years designing them.
Wow.
And I thought, I don't want to just create a lash which is comfortable, which doesn't need to be cut, which can last 15 to 20 wears. I also want it to be able to give the illusion of a makeup look without the client having to wear makeup.
Right.
So all these questions that I used to get asked on how-tos like smoky eye, eyeliner look, I thought, can I create a lash which gives the illusion of that look? So the client doesn't even have to put any eye makeup on.
Wow.
So we have a few lashes within the range which give the illusion of a certain look. Yeah.
Wow. And do you feel like, are you wearing your own lashes right now?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I notice, like, generally when people wear fake lashes, I notice them a lot. Like, you see this, like, the glue, and is that something that you still have to do with yours? And how do you minimize that? Because that obvious, wearing lashes look, and the heavy eyes where the eyes are sagging down, they're like, I'm like,
who have you been looking at?
Are you sleeping? Yeah, so that's a small problem, right?
Yeah. It's actually quite a big problem. Yeah. But the way that I have tried to eradicate that is with, firstly, it's the education side. So they need to know how to apply them properly. It's not just about having the right tools. It's about what you do with them and understanding how to use them. So 1, we've made sure that the strip is really thin. 2, we've made sure you don't have to wear any eye makeup with it, because what I found beforehand is you'd always have to put eyeliner on with false lashes to cover the strip. And the thing is, not everyone wants to wear eyeliner, and not everyone is good at applying eyeliner.
Right.
So I've tried to cater to everyone. It isn't just for the pro makeup artist or for the people who are generally good at applying on themselves. Right. It's for the people who don't feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
So but at the same time, I make sure that I give a lot of information. So as a makeup artist, I want to be able to utilize my skills to be able to sell that product in the correct way. Right. So it's not just about selling a product, it's about selling a product, but with the expertise of myself, basically.
Of course. That's amazing, because I think that's, solving bringing a solution to a problem, which is very important in business, especially if you want to be successful. It's always bring a solution to a problem.
Yeah.
And you're doing that.
Yeah.
Congrats, though. You've been on, like I said, in a lot of stores available in the Middle East, big brands. Are you planning to launch more products?
We are working on something, so we are hoping to soon. The goal is we want to grow, but we want to grow at a good pace. We don't want to rush into anything, and we want to make sure that we get every product right. We don't want to flood the market with just a whole bunch of products and then hope for the best, So we're ensuring that we spend our time on each product that we have released.
Would you say your lashes are the best?
Okay, so I mean, it really is subjective, because it depends on each person's style.
Right.
Obviously, I'm going to say that my lashes, I feel, are the best.
Okay.
And I do feel that they are. Good. I feel like they give more than just a look. They don't look plastic. They replicate your natural lash. And we have 2 collections. So we have a mink collection, which is kind of medium to heavy. Okay. Which is what I'm wearing. And it's for people who are used to wearing lashes and who like that a bit more of a heavier look. It's not, at the same time, it's definitely not heavy compared to what you see. Right. But then we also have the classic collection, which is I catered to the audience that don't necessarily wear makeup.
Right.
To the people who want that no makeup look, you know, but they still want something there.
You know, a lot goes into opening a company and a brand, building a brand, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
And were you nervous at all of entering the, you know, makeup scene and the cosmetic scene, and especially in the Middle East, also very competitive?
Yeah.
Was that something you were like 50-50 about, or tried to shy away sometimes? Because, you know, I want people watching to take something away from this, because a lot of times, you know, you want to do something, and then just the thoughts alone scare you so much that you just like, you know, I don't want to do it anymore.
I don't think I was scared, and I don't think I ever felt like should I, shouldn't I, because I always knew that that's something I wanted to do, to build my own brand. But I wanted to do it properly. And at that point, before we launched the products, I asked my husband to come on board. Because I knew that the business needed his expertise as well. I'm very creative, and he's the business side of it, you know. And I asked him to come on board, and he said, right, okay, well, let's do it, and we'll see how it goes. And he's still here. So that's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
And to be honest, I think for me, all I felt was maybe nervous. I felt nervous because, you know, you have friends in the industry, and especially with what we do as, you know, being on Instagram and everything. And it was really a case of thinking, am I going to get the support that you think you're going to get, you know? And I think when you start your own business, you really see who your friends are. You know, it's where you can tell, right, okay, these 100%. Are the people who are here, and these are people who are not. And sometimes it surprises you because it's not the people that you think it's going to be. But that is what made me nervous. But I've gone past that, and I'm just thriving on the ambition and the growth. And it doesn't matter to me what support I get from people, because it's about what support I give myself and what my husband gives me and what I give him.
I always say you don't need anybody.
Yeah.
And not in a way to be, you know, cocky or arrogant or to think in any way, but hard work, time, effort will always result to one thing, which is success.
Yeah.
So if you put in the time and the effort and the hard work and work on good products and whatever it is, you know, work on your brand, I don't think you need one person other than yourself.
Yeah,
and your
I agree.
Team, you know, to support you. Especially not if it's with social media stuff, you know, like, of course, it's a benefit, it's an added bonus if it does happen. But I'm very confident that if you put the time in, you know, it's gonna do it's up, because your customers are not your social media friends. Like you're not relying on them to purchase the products. You're relying on the public.
Exactly.
And they're gonna buy a product that's good. That solves a problem to an issue, you know. And that's it. The product speaks for itself.
I completely agree. I feel like it's in this industry. I think you have to believe in yourself.
Right.
In this, not only in this industry, but in this country, I feel like you have to have that self-belief. You've got to believe that what you are doing is benefiting people in some way.
Yeah.
You know, in every aspect. Like with my product, I could have brought that out years ago. I could have just done it private label, which I see a lot of people doing.
Of course,
you know, where you just buy the product, pick out of a catalog, and you get a box made, put your logo on it, and that's it.
Sell it. Yeah.
But for me, it was so much more important than that. There is absolutely no point in me having 20 years experience if I can't put those 20 years into a product. And that product has to be a solution to someone's problem, you know, and that's the only reason someone's going to purchase them. But it's also about the educational side. Like if I am going to produce a product, I need to be able to add something that other people maybe can't. And that is the educational side. So I can educate them on the product, explain why it's going to work, show them. And I know for a fact, once they try it, they'll love it. But it's getting people to try it, you know?
Right.
It's so that's the bit that takes time, because you're slowly growing.
But you're building a brand. And again, the beauty and cosmetic industry is huge.
Huge, yeah.
So it's you have a lot of competition, but you're doing great. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Working with your hubby, how is that? because forget that he's in the room right now, right? Let's be
totally unfiltered.
Honest, unfiltered.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I know for a fact, working with family, even friends, is the general no-go, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I did work with people that are close to me, and I didn't have issues, you know? And then I did have issues also with some. But I think it really depends on the relationship. But tell me, how's it for you? Did it start off with you guys like directly, you know, into your relationship? Is that something that converted into the business side as well? Or is it something that came naturally afterwards? How did this happen?
So when we first got together, we had our separate businesses. So I have been self-employed for a very long time. So I've not worked for a company for a very long time. So I've always had my own business.
Right.
And when we met, my husband was working for a corporate firm in the UK. And so our work was very different. Not just the industries. The industries were so different because he was from banking.
Right.
But also just the general understanding of work, you know, because when you have your own business, you don't ever switch off, you know, 24/7. You're it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, you're responding to inquiries. You know, the laptop's always open for some reason. So at that point, I remember there being it was a case of really trying to understand each other. You know, there were times where, you know, for him, when he used to finish work, that was his time to switch off.
Right.
But equally, I remember being like that as well when I used to work for companies, you know, before I went freelance. But over time, he really understood my business because, you know, I'm his wife. So it's in his interest to understand what I do.
Yeah.
So he'd always kind of help me a bit in the background with any kind of questions I had on the financial side or business side. And then when he eventually came on board as my business partner, it didn't mean that it was easy because he already knew for so many years what I was doing. It actually was harder because we were now working with each other all the time.
Right.
You know, we are with each other 24/7.
Right.
But we're best friends as well. We're not just married. We're not just...
That helps, right? That's a big part of it.
It's such a big part of it. So, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. We had our ups and downs, you know. We had times where it took us quite a while to separate work from, and you never can. You know, when people say that you got to have a good balance, there is no balance.
That's the tough part. How do you switch off? I don't think you
don't
can,
switch
right?
off. We've had people ask us, so how do you find the time to switch off and have your own time?
Right.
And the thing is, they ask that question as if it's a bad thing that you are working together and you're working all the time. But it's not a bad thing for us because we love what we do. And this is our baby. This is our life, you know, and we're so passionate about it equally. It's not just me. You know, I'm passionate about the makeup side. Fine, he's not creative, but he's passionate about the business side of it.
Of course. For him, it's about growth, about developing a company. He could care less if he's selling cereal or if it makes you happy, you know.
Yeah, it's so true.
It makes his wife happy, and at the same time, for him, it's a product. It's a brand. So,
but it has been difficult, but we understand. And the thing is, we're always growing. We're always learning. It doesn't mean we're at that perfect point right now in our work relationship and, you know, life relationship, but whoever is, you know, you're always going to learn from different obstacles or different things that you have to go through when it comes to business. But it has been difficult, but it's been the best thing of my life. Like, I would never change it for the world.
That's amazing. Do you feel like also in pros and cons, when we talk about weighing pros and cons, pros, obviously, I feel like there's a lot to it because you have someone who loves you, cares for you, at the same time will not, you know, screw you over in business or try to cheat you or, you know, do some foul play in it. In cons also, it can be that at times, you know, his opinion might overweigh your opinion on things, or because obviously you're in a relationship at the same time as your husband / manager / business partner. He has a certain say too, right? So that's my question is, When you weigh it, do you feel pros are higher or cons are higher?
I feel like the pros are higher for definitely. Yeah, you're right. We do have those moments where our opinions differ, and that happens a lot.
Yeah.
But it's really a case of we try and talk it through, because for me, we're both very stubborn in that way, which has been difficult to kind of come to terms with and figure it out.
Right.
But I think it's also good because we challenge each other. You know, I'm not the kind of person where I'll sit down and say yes, yes, yes to everything, and equally he definitely is not.
Right.
But I think that helps him as well. And he's only recently, we were talking, and he recently said to me that I'm so glad that you're not the kind of woman who kind of just says yes to everything, because he'd be so bored, you know. Right. So that kind of made me feel a bit better about all the arguments that we probably have had, because I was like, yes,
don't worry, I have another 100 coming up for you. I have it all planned out. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, I'll keep challenging you.
No, but I think it's true.
Yeah.
If one or the other gives up easily, I feel like there's no, like, you don't challenge each other.
No, you don't. I think we drive each other a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that we have pushed each other a lot in our work life. Like, there are things that I know that he feels that he would never have done if it weren't for me pushing him. And I know that there are things that I have done that I would never have even thought about because of the fact that he's, you know, pushed me into it and made me think that, you know what, you can do this. And that's what you need, I think. You need, and like you said, he's always going to be my biggest supporter. Yeah. And I know that he's always going to have my best interest at heart.
100%.
You know, he's not going to just all of a sudden, well, he better not anyway.
He's like, oh, you better not. No, I agree. I mean, look, the thing is, with these things, it's always like, keep your relationship.
Yeah.
At its best and healthiest point. That's your priority.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else underneath that will, I think, be healthy. Because if your relationship is good, everything else can be good.
But
if you don't have that as a base, then everything else won't, work either.
Exactly.
So, how do you feel about trends, like following trends? Do you follow them? Are you someone where you're like, when you see a trend come in, you're like, I'm not gonna, follow? Are you picky? Do you want to create your own trends? What do you think?
I honestly, when it comes to trends, I pick the ones that I feel suit my style. You know, I'm not one to follow trends just because it's a trend. Right. You know, if someone's doing, there's some crazy trends for makeup as well that you see. It's like ridiculous, some of them.
Yeah.
And you're like, who would even go out like that? You just don't. Let's be real for a second. You just don't walk out with that kind of stuff on, or gems all over your lips in the daytime. Like, you don't. And
with LED lights on your lips, like.
I mean, I get it. A lot of people do it just for the Instagram, and that's great. It's fun, it's creative, and it's just having a bit of fun with beauty.
It's clickbait, right?
Yeah. But honestly, whether it's fashion or whether it's beauty, if I feel that I love the trend and I love the look of it and it suits my style, if it's for me, then I will pick the ones that I feel that suit my style. But I don't like trying things which I know I don't like just because it's in fashion or it's on trend. And with clients, it's always slightly different. It's completely separate to the type of trends that maybe I would go for myself, because a lot of my clients will say, I've seen the latest look on the new on the latest show on the runway with a certain brand, and they're like, I really want that look, and I do it, but I never replicate. I always adjust it according to the person's face, so it has to suit them, because I don't like just sticking with one look and putting it on every face, because I feel like that's not original.
How often do you get someone saying, I want to look like J-Lo, I want to look like Kim Kardashian?
You know what, when I first started in this industry, I had a lot more of that then. And I feel that is because I wasn't as established as what I am now. And I still have a long way to go, I feel like, because my goal is always changing. You reach one, what it's like. You reach one, and then the next one comes in place, you know. But I think that when I was new in the industry in the UK, I used to get a lot of people say that to me, that, oh, I want this look. I really want to look like this. And in your head, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're not going to look like
you.
I can apply the same product, same thing, but you're not going to look like that.
And honestly, from experience, what I've learned is a lot of the time, and not for every case, but a lot of the time what it is that people don't understand how much makeup that actually is, you know, or they'll say, I want to look like this, and they'll show me a picture and it looks great, but I know that that's a lot of makeup. And I know if I do this exact same thing, it's going to be way too much for them. Yeah. So at the beginning, it was a case of really kind of talking through with the customer and making them understand that.
Right.
Now I'm so much more comfortable in my role that I don't need to talk it through. I just adjust it to what I know is going to suit them. And by the end of it, they're like, wow, anyway. So they I don't need to confuse them with the details. Yeah.
Go all into the details and say, you know, there's going to be a couple of layers.
And then scare them. Yeah.
How do you feel? How long does it take for you to do your makeup? I know the answer.
You always ask me this, right?
I have to put you on the spot.
I was waiting for that question.
Yeah,
right? It really depends. And I'm so glad that right now, even though my husband's sitting here, he knows he can't make a sound because we're on camera. Exactly. So usually, he
I know, but I'm going to be his voice.
Okay.
I got his back.
So it depends on the look. Okay, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If it's an evening out and it's a full glam look, right?
Yeah.
I need about an hour and a half. Okay. No, listen. Listen.
The eyes.
Hold on.
Eyes.
Do you know what that is though? That's not just my makeup though. Because I like to just take my time. I don't like rushing. So I want to stop, maybe have a cup of coffee. And then in between, I'm just going to put some music on. He has a go at me all the time he thinks I'm a DJ half the time. He's like, why are you trying to be a DJ? Just focus on your makeup. Because half the time I spend flicking through
music.
Spotify, choosing what playlist I'm going to use.
Oh no, this doesn't work right. Change the song.
Yeah. But it depends where I'm going.
So that's a lie.
No.
Yeah. So that's a lie, right?
Not a lie.
So you're going to lie on my show, right? You're going to come on my show. We talked about this.
Okay, this morning it took me an hour, everything, including my breakfast. Everything.
An hour?
Yeah. From waking up.
Is that true?
Oh my God, that is so true. I got up at half past 8 and we had to leave at 9:30. We left at 9:35.
Quarter to.
Yeah, but it takes time from the lift to get to the car park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but we you're right. But so the real answer is 2 hours minimum, right?
I would love 2 hours as a minimum, but I don't always get it.
Look, I know that your makeup, because you're obviously a makeup artist and you're super picky about how you go out. We spoke about that because when you see people and you tell them it's your business, if you don't look the part, you don't,
You're a walking billboard of your business. That's the way I look at it. And you know what?
I agree.
Right from the very beginning, when I first started, I have stuck by that same principle and I've never let go of it. Right from the beginning, I thought, if I'm good at doing my own makeup, why am I going to go looking like a tramp to a booking? Why? Yeah, how is that even representing myself in the right way?
Not that I think you would ever look that way. But I haven't seen you ever chilled or not chilled. I don't think you ever come out without looking your finest.
I honestly do pride myself on that. For me, I've had people book me purely because of stopping me on the street and asking who did my makeup. And then I give my details. So I know how beneficial it is to your business.
Right.
When you're creative like that, that can help you so much as a makeup artist. Whether you're a hairstylist or a makeup artist or a stylist in general, all these things I think that you should really push on yourself. You should be advertising your own work.
Of course. It's like when I see dentists with bad teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like...
It's like you wouldn't go to a hairdresser who has really bad hair. Right? Why are you going to go to someone who isn't even wearing any makeup? You know? So for me, it's really important.
But it does stop you in your lifestyle a little bit, right? If I called you up now, last minute and said, hey Nina, like you're at home chilling. Let's go out, have a coffee. You're gonna be like, not happening.
I'd be like, if I'm wearing absolutely no makeup, then I would be like, give me 45 minutes. I'll do it in half an hour. Half an hour. I've done it in half an hour. For sure.
Half an hour.
Yeah.
I
don't like to. Yeah. It's not my preference. But it's doable.
Is it doable?
But the thing is, I'm such a perfectionist with
so it doesn't take
makeup.
It
wouldn't.
You contradict yourself.
Okay, no. Let me say this, right? It will take. I can do it in half an hour, but I won't be happy with it. Maybe you won't notice anything too different, but for me, I won't be happy with it, and I'll be like, nah, I'm just gonna do this coffee and go home.
So you're gonna be grumpy the whole evening.
I'll probably be grumpy.
Right? She is.
Yeah.
So okay, we had that issue before, and we talk about this all the time, guys, because the struggle is real, and not for you, for your husband.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, I totally understand your perspective as well. How long does he take to get ready?
He doesn't take long at all. Probably not even half an hour at that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Usually that's my signal. He doesn't know this.
Oh.
But usually I'm getting ready and I'm like I said, I hate rushing.
Right.
And I'm taking my time. And then when I hear he goes in the shower, I'm like, oh my God. Right, okay, I've got like 20 minutes
left.
It's like my alarm.
Right. That's good. At least you know what to do, right? All right. I want to ask you 2 more questions and then we're going to play a game.
Okay.
All right. Who do you look up to in the makeup world?
In the makeup world, there are a few. I would say Pat McGrath is one. She's a makeup artist who I have been following from day one. And she back then, was doing behind the scenes, like on the shows and everything, runways. So the general consumer wouldn't have known her name.
Okay.
And now she's obviously come out with her whole brand. And I think she's extremely creative.
Nice.
And not in the conventional way. The other person I would say is Huda Beauty.
Okay.
Huda Kattan. I think that she has done so well and her growth is just amazing.
Yes, incredible.
It's incredible what she's done. And you really see the passion, I think, for what she does.
True.
So she's someone else that I look up to out here.
That's amazing. Last question would be, what are your goals in terms of, I would say 2020 and the next 10 years, where you want to see yourself?
For this year, which is what we're focusing on is growth in terms of the products and the makeup artist side, I think. The makeup artist side is like kind of my thing, so I just keep that going and it all depends on, what the market's like at the time, but there's always people who want makeup done.
True.
But with the products, I think the goal is this year to just expand, just to grow and really focus on the educational side as well, on making people understand why our brand is different and why our lashes are different.
Right.
For the next 10 years, gosh, there's like so much I want to do. There's I want the line to grow. So I want other new products in the line, which I'm super excited about. It's not something that's going to happen too soon because we're still kind of taking our time with making sure everything's done right. But I'm so excited for that growth over the 10 years. Yeah.
New products.
Yeah.
Maybe going into wigs too?
Yeah. Not sure about that.
I'm joking. I just see a big hype over wigs. I don't know what it is. I see guys wearing them, girls wearing them. Everyone's just like...
Yeah. It's not my thing, honestly. Yeah. I'm sure if I do it, then it's probably because I would need it. Then that would probably be why, yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope you don't.
Yeah.
Let's play a game. It's called Would You Rather. All right. So I'm going to give you 2 options and then you choose one. All right. Dramatic music. Would you rather spend your life traveling or never travel again?
Traveling.
Always on the road?
Always.
Okay. Would you rather go swimming with sharks or skydive?
Skydive. I can't swim.
Okay. That's a problem when you go swimming with the sharks. Would you rather wear winter clothes in summer or wear summer clothes in winter?
Oh man, I would rather wear summer clothes in winter.
Summer clothes in winter.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you rather see the future or change the past?
See the future.
Nice. Would you rather read the book or watch a movie?
It used to be a book. I'd say now it's a movie.
Movie, right?
Yeah.
Books are not my thing. Would you rather breathe underwater or fly?
Fly.
Why?
Because I can't swim.
What if we gave you the power? Okay, if you can breathe underwater, what if we made you be able to swim?
I think I would still want to fly.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree.
You'll get to more places quicker, wouldn't you?
Right.
I'd want to see more of the world.
I feel like underwater is like too claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Let me out. Would you rather never be able to do a good smoky eye or never be able to do a good contour?
Never be able to do a good contour.
So the eyes are important.
Yeah, eyes are important. But yeah, I'd say eyes.
Would you rather live inside a zoo or inside a museum?
Inside a museum.
Would you rather be a great dancer or a great singer?
Great singer.
Are you a good singer?
No.
That came quick. She's like, I want to be able to sing.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I love singing. Would you rather be feared or be loved?
Be loved.
And that was NINAUBHI. I love this interview. Honestly, I laugh from my heart. There's a lot of interviews where I'm just like...
Faking it?
No. Wow. She's going to do me like that on my show? No, but, you know, a lot of them are more serious.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, we have little breaks and this and that. But... I love this interview. Thank you so much.
So did I.
Coming
Thanks
in.
for having me.
And I hope you're back once you have more products. Something to share.
Yeah, I'd love
Let me know
to.
for sure. Anytime. It's your second home.
Yeah.
I hope the couch was comfortable.
It was very.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I loved having you on here. And guys, if you're listening to the audio version only, make sure you check out the visuals. She's beautiful. You need to check her out. And if you haven't followed her, make sure you follow her pages, her social media platforms. Check out her products. I mean, you need to send me some so I can share it with my family.
I will.
Yeah, I wanna see them test the products. You know?
Okay.
we have the wannabe makeup artist and we have everything at home. So don't worry, we'll get you some honest feedback. Thank you so much, guys. Stay tuned. Next episode. Make sure you stay healthy, stay clean, stay good, and don't travel too much at this point right now. Stay in your home, stay safe, and we'll be back. We'll bring you enough entertainment to keep you entertained at home. Thank you once again,
Thank you
Nina.
for having
Take care.
me.
Peace.